But also, of course, two African-American quarterbacks starting against each other in the Super Bowl for the first time, fittingly. February 12th is Abe Lincoln's birthday.
ESPN's Chris Berman, recognizing the history of the moment, pivoted to this one more time.
But also, of course, two African-American quarterbacks starting against each other in the Super Bowl for the first time, fittingly. February 12th is Abe Lincoln's birthday.
An eye-rolling comment from Berman, a veteran broadcaster with the worldwide leader since 1979.
Why is that fittingly? Chris Berman, President Abraham Lincoln's birthday. President Abraham Lincoln, who issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863. The proclamation declared that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious states are and henceforward shall be free. Now, people speculate on why he let the slaves free. Was Frederick Douglass in his ear convincing them to do what's right? Did President Lincoln have some type of moral revelation and realize slavery was morally wrong, or was it just business? And Lincoln decided emancipation was a military necessity because he knew thousands of enslaved people were ready to fight for the Union, and ending slavery was the only way to win the war and not have to fight again. I don't know what the reason was, but I know Chris Berman had no reason for bringing that up.
The Breakfast Club's Charlemagne the God would rip Berman, anointing him Donkey of the Day.
Chris Berman's reason for bringing that up to me was to say if it wasn't for Abraham Lincoln, the field y'all Negroes would be working on today would be a lot different. Okay? I mean, damn, Chris Berman, how about say fittingly, this is happening during Black History Month? Not to mention all the things that have happened since 1863. Chris, fittingly, I need you to take some cultural sensitivity training classes, okay? I don't care how long he's been a broadcaster. All right, discipline him the way you discipline everybody else. Discipline him the way players get disciplined. Make him take a class.
Well, that's an interesting point, as Colin Sherwin reminds us. But let's keep banning AP Black History courses since they have no value. Let's also be clear. Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs and Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles did indeed make history. It was the first Super Bowl matchup between two black starting quarterbacks. As SI's Joseph Salvador would note, Berman presumably found a connection because of Lincoln's role in issuing the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared enslaved people in the states in rebellion to be free during the Civil War. He also promoted the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery. Free plug for Ava DuVernay's film right here. Veteran media man Clarence Hill Jr., who covers the Dallas Cowboys, wrote above the video, "This man brought up Abe Lincoln. Thank you, Abe, for freeing the blacks to have this Super Bowl moment. Blah, ha, ha." Former NFL player Doc Holliday, currently sports director of WMC Action News in Memphis, shared his thoughts.
He had enslaved people, and it's documented that he was racist too. So Chris Berman, that's what the Emancipation Proclamation was. It didn't free enslaved people. It just was a proclamation that enslaved people, my ancestors that was enslaved down in the rebellious states, would be free. But it wasn't law.
Noah A. McGee, a writer for The Root, would pen the following. Talk about white BS. In what world should black people thank Abraham Lincoln for being partly responsible for two black quarterbacks playing in the Super Bowl, which is essentially what Berman stupidly implied? Hey, white people, contrary to popular belief, Lincoln did not free enslaved Africans because he wasn't a racist, nor was it because he believed it was or did a heinous, inhumane act. Lincoln did it because he needed more manpower to beat the Confederacy. That's it. Lincoln did not care about black people. In fact, he owned slaves. So to draw a correlation between said slave owner and two black QBs facing off in the biggest football game of the year is beyond idiotic. Berman said his name like he was Malcolm X or Martin Luther King Jr. He wasn't. Berman was trying to be cute. It wasn't. And if he believes there are not modern-day practices of slavery in this country, which he may, then there are a plethora of textbooks to help his cause, except in Florida. Thus far, ESPN has not commented, nor has Berman. We'll keep you posted.